Hey there, welcome to the Duke Chronicle pregame show. I'm Ryan Herger alongside Sam Turkin. We're going to set up for Duke against number 20 Georgia Tech. They're going to kick it off Saturday at noon at Wallace-Wade Stadium. Before we get too far down that road, Sam, let's take a look back at how we got to this point. Both these teams are 2-1 coming into this weekend's contest. ACC opener for both squads. Duke hosted Northwestern last weekend and ranked Northwestern squad now in the top 20 after the Wildcats took down the Blue Devils 19-10 in Durham. Duke had its chances. They had the lead early, but 3 turnovers were really costly for Duke, and then obviously they didn't play very well on the offensive side of the ball, only managing the 10 points. So Sam, you were out there last weekend. What did you see that Duke didn't do well offensively?
Well, first, offensively, in the first 2 games, we saw Duke's playmakers emerge. John L. Barnes, T.J. Rahman. They didn't really do much against Northwestern, and that was partially because Northwestern was taking away the long ball. But also, Thomas Sirk really wasn't very aggressive in his throws and his progressions, and he was mostly checking down to Sean Wilson and Shaq Powell, his 2 running backs. And in order to put more points on the board, Duke struggled on third downs and only committed 14 first downs. In order to put more points on the board, they have to be more aggressive and take more chances.
Right.
And then defensively, defensively, Duke played really well in the first half, shut down Northwestern's highly touted running attack, and then kind of wore down in the second half, which led to a 55-yard breakout run by Northwestern's back. So we kind of saw, the disadvantages of having a smaller defensive line show up against Northwestern.
Yeah, it's also a case of the offense couldn't really stay on the field, and that kept the defense out there, and eventually they just wore down against a really physical Northwestern team. They're 3-0, they're playing very well right now. Georgia Tech, on the other hand, they were up in South Bend last weekend. They lost to Notre Dame, who's now a top 10 team. 30-22 was the final there. And, when you look at the Yellow Jackets, everyone always talks about the triple option offense and how hard it is to slow that down. Notre Dame, they didn't really stop it, but they contained it at least. They kept the Yellow Jackets, kind of off balance and behind the chains. So, and Notre Dame's offense was always also able to explode a couple big plays there. So the Fighting Irish proved that the Yellow Jackets can be beaten in this game. But Sam, how does Duke, like you mentioned with the small defensive front, how do they try to slow down the triple option?
Well, as you said, Notre Dame really did as good a job as you're going to do against Georgia Tech's offense. The key, and this is what Notre Dame did, the key is maintaining your gap integrity and also not fooling from Georgia Tech's disguises. They use a lot of disguises, and you got to recognize them and just make the right read. And that's what Duke will have to do. They've been swarming around the football in the backfield. They did it in the first half against Northwestern. That will be very important against Georgia Tech, especially when Georgia Tech quarterback Justin Thomas, who is their most important and best player, when he gets to the outside and their D-back gets to the outside, it's really important to come up and close down those gaps.
Gotcha. Yeah, and Justin Thomas had a stellar year last year. The Yellow Jackets to an Orange Bowl title against Mississippi State. So watch out for the quarterback under center for Georgia Tech. He's going to be running it probably more than he's throwing it on Saturday. So at the same time, though, Sam, when you talk about the best offense might be a good defense in some cases. If you can keep Georgia Tech's offense off the field by sustaining some long drives on the offensive end, that'd be really important as well. So Duke had a lot of 3-and-outs. Last weekend, or his drives didn't really go anywhere. They stalled very quickly. Willman, they had a busy day punting the football. So if Thomas Sirk and the Blue Devils can get some momentum going early, offensively stay on the field to keep Justin Thomas and the Yellow Jackets off the field, that's another key to success for the Blue Devils this weekend. Also key for the Blue Devils, Jalay Duncan, the running back, who's been out for the first 3 games with a partially torn pectoral muscle. He is probable for Saturday's game, so it could be a big shot in the arm with a bit of a backfield. Starting to get healthy. We'll see the full force in effect on Saturday. So I think it's about it from here. For Sam Turkin, I'm Ryan Herger. Be sure to follow us at Chronicle Sports on Twitter for all your pregame and in-game coverage. Duke and number 20 Georgia Tech. ACC opener for both squads Saturday at noon Eastern on ESPN2 from Wallace-Wade Stadium. We'll see you guys later.